today back on the 46. We have been doing a little work. We got the rear hubs off, got the brake shoes off, wheel cylinders we got off on one side. We got to do the other side yet. So having a little issue with, we ordered some wheel cylinders and the where they actually, the brake line gets screwed in. The hole that came on the ones that we ordered was too small, and so we looked at the Hudson interchange book. That's what they recommended, but got them. They were too small. So what we've decided to do is we just bought rebuild kits. Papa did take one apart, looked pretty good. It wasn't pitted, so I think we're just going to rebuild their $4 or $5, I think, for a rebuild kit. I don't know, $15 or so for a complete, but we just can't find the right ones. So if somebody knows which ones to use on the Super 6, 46, 47, I'm guessing would be the same, write it down in the comments. But we're not having any luck with the cross numbers from the Hudson book that we have for the interchange book. So anyways, gonna do that today. We got the carburetor off. I don't know, just anyway, so we're gonna get some things done on it, because we hope that we can get this thing drivable here for the summer. So that's kind of our goal. So anyways, we'll just kind of go around just bit by bit, and just back and forth different things. But here is kind of what we're doing with the wheels. So you got your front here. There is old brake shoe assembly. Actual brakes really aren't in that horrible of a shape, but we did get some new brake shoes. I'll put the number in on those. From my understanding, there's a difference between the Super 6 and the 8s. I think we're at a 10-inch drum versus the 8 cylinders would had the 11-inch drum. So we think that's the difference. But anyways, wheel cylinders there that came out. That wasn't horribly too bad. We've got new brake lines that will go from here up there. We're going to try to get that all bled, and we'll get the master cylinder put back on. Let's see here. Papa got a new hose here. Got a new battery. So making a little progress. Got the, like I said, got the carburetor removed. Here is the rear. So we'll clean those up before we put everything back together. Got some mud flaps there from 21st Century Hudson. These are new old stock. Got those from Russ. Looks like Papa's already taken one apart there, but if you can see down there in the inside, no pitting or anything, so we're just gonna clean these up. But this here, the opening here for the new brake line, the ones we got, let's see here, I think this might have been one of the wheel cylinders that we got. But this is too small. There's quite a bit of difference. Looks very similar. Of course, this would have been the other side. but I think that's like, I don't even remember what the size was, but this is definitely bigger, so we'd have to find an adapter or something, so we just decided that we're gonna rebuild the original cylinders. We're gonna rebuild them with this kit, WCK 3600 O'Reilly's. Alright, got this rebuild carburetor kit. Got this from Russ with 21st Century Hudson. Came from Daytona, but it's a kit 707, and that is for this carburetor. It is a Carter WDO carburetor, and I'm going to try to get all this disassembled and get that starting to soak, and then we will rebuild everything. Alright, so first thing, we're going to remove this generator, and we're going to take that and get that cleaned up, all the brushes redone. I'm going to actually take that up to a shop that rebuilds them. So I'm going to just get this. He's already kind of got the belt off and one of the bolts there, so just got to take this bolt back here off, which I think this bracket's just, you said half inch on the bracket. Basically just the 2 bolts that hold it on, and then the bracket up here. Here's your bottom bracket. Get the 2 half-inch bolts, and then that bolt there, or this bracket here. So basically 3 bolts that hold it together, and then here's your wire loom, goes up. Alright, so I think what we're going to do now is go ahead and tear this carburetor down, get it soaking. Never done one of these before. I've done a couple carburetors, but usually just small engine stuff, so never done one of these, but it's all learning experience, and we'll get her done. Are you scared?
No. I'm not scared at all.
All right, so I'm going to rebuild this wheel cylinder. And so basically you just had your rubber grommets on that side, right?
Yeah, and then we're going to take out the aluminum the plungers.
Getting closer. Almost. I see it coming out. Oh yeah, there you go. Right. Got the spring, plunger.
And the cup, the boot for the cup.
Okay.
And then we just get the other one out.
Just take it on down, huh?
Yeah, and we're just going back the other way.
All right. Got that one. So you got the plunger and then a cup on that one end.
Yeah, we got to clean these up. Hopefully they're good.
Okay.
Where's the other cup?
It's right on there.
Oh, it's on there.
Cup.
Okay, yeah.
So basically you got plunger, cup, spring, plunger, and your plunger. Or cup plunger. Yep.
Yeah. And sometimes you get these in a kit. And sometimes you don't.
Yeah. And this is just basically just a 1-inch
bore
on,
and then we just hone that
cylinder. I'm gonna take her over the parts cleaner, clean her up, hone it out, give her the.
We got carbon choke here, so. Spray some of those, spray in the. You can put it in the holes too, actually. Not there. Didn't do you good. Just these two.
So yeah, then tighten that and then tighten that thing into there. Right?
Yeah. That.
Alright, but yeah, that cleaned it out really good. Scotch Brite or anything run around it?
Well, you don't want to make. See, that's got to be a precision fit there.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get too.
Scotch Brite wouldn't cut it too
Scotch
much.
Brite, yeah, probably wouldn't hurt it. But
Yeah.
His boot's good enough, and the boot does its job. So. They need to be any cleaner.
WCK 3600 brake best. Alright, comes with the new rubber grommets, spring, your rubber cups, and you just reuse these plungers. We clean those up. So now you're gonna put her back in.
Yep.
So other way.
So I don't know if we need to send that through the other way. Might work.
Better?
Let's see. Yeah,
Working better?
Like that. Of course, then that's when you can't do that.
Yeah. So put it in there like that. The other way. Other way. You use spring first.
Yeah, but I was thinking about this goes like that. So.
Spring first. And that goes like so.
I guess it fits. Yeah, there.
There you go. Now make sure they both move good. Look at that. Probably put your one rubber on the one side. That might help keep that in there. Yep.
Oh yeah, they're coming right out. They're really easy. But when you get it in there, the plunger and the shoe will hold it. And there you go. The ones that are so hard to come by.
Just rebuild them.
And it didn't take that long.
Nope.
With the right tools and the right knowledge. That goes, let's leave that.
That's your bleeder,
Loose.
right?
Yeah.
And then probably clean this up here. Take that over there to that,
Yeah.
go and clean that up. Yep.
Tighten that so you don't have to fight it when it's in there.
Size wrenches out there?
5/8.
5/8. There you go.
This is loose. We'll leave that loose.
Gotta bleed them anyways.
There you go. One done.
All right. 3 more to go. So.
They were very hard to find online.
Yeah. What was the number? Did these have a number? Wagner or something?
Wagner Lockheed. But the number was
You just find it.
the
2142.
2749.
9.
Yeah.
2749. IFD. I think. Yeah, IFD 2749 Wagner. All right, so I'm just going to remove this dust shield here and kind of clean it up, kind of clean up back here. Isn't necessary, no, but it'll be a little bit better, and it'll keep some of this stuff from getting on the brake. Blasted this dust cover here and just giving it a little coating here. Yeah, a little etching primer. Alright, let that dry and we'll give her a little black and that'll be better than what it was. So we got the master cylinder, it's pretty much dry, and then got a couple of these wheel cylinders, coated those a little bit, so making progress. Alright, I got this primer here, it's kind of dried up. Just gonna put a light coat black on here, clean her up. We're not restoring it, but we're gonna make her a little bit better than what it was. So alright, good enough for the girls we roll with. Got this kind of cleaned up. This is the rear here. Got this front kind of cleaned up a little bit. Got everything re-greased. And so now we're just gonna wait for that to dry and start putting everything back together. So Papa's been working on putting in the mud flaps.
Optional mud flap, wasn't it?
Yeah. So got these from 21st Century Hudson. Russ got them for us. So just mounts to the fender there. And then we found a hole back here. Just tapped it, and we're just gonna put a bolt through there, and that should do it. Oh, it's a mud flap. Yep. Alright, got this cleaned up, and just gonna give it a light coat here. Alright, pretty happy with that. Papa's working on that other mud flap on the passenger side there. That worked pretty good on that other side?
Yeah, I think so.
Tapping it like that? Yeah.
I think it's...
She's still pretty,
Well, I don't know if that's a little rusty across, but...
Yeah.
Let's flush it, and then we're gonna add...
Yeah, it definitely needs...
There's a bunch of junk in here, but today we need to hold it up there.
Yeah.
Dilute that down a little bit, give us some more, and then we'll just, end of the day, we'll dump it.
So now what is this stuff? This is a mainline cleaner. Okay, and...
I used this before.
$10
at Menards. I put it on the semi for biodiesel, and it etched it and cleaned it good.
Really?
$10. A lot cheaper than some of the other stuff.
Right.
We'll just leave it like that. We got for now.
Okay.
And then if we can move it later, maybe.
Yeah.
It's gonna get it clean enough.
Okay.
We'll just have to put some.
Yeah.
We need to. Let me go get some carb cleaner. I'm gonna put that hole.
I'm gonna get this rear brake line off and replace this. Looks like they've band-aided it up with some electrical tape. I guess so. Let's see how. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to just get a regular wrench on that. Oh, we got this hard line off, and that was a 7/16. I don't know if you can see that, but she is gummed up. So we're gonna have to flush this line. There's definitely some ooey gooey in there. Oh yeah. See that little ooey gooey. So gonna get this rubber line off, and then also gonna have to clean this out. This is the fuel line, it goes back here to this tank, so you can see the end of that. Quit shaking there, but a lot of gunk in there. So, but underneath the car, pretty good shape. You're gonna have to get a new muffler, that's for sure. That ain't good. So, that's not a big deal. But overall, I mean, I think we get this up on Papa's lift here, give her a good bath. I think she'll look pretty good under here. Clean up pretty good.
15/16.
All right. You don't have a short. Yeah, that works. You don't have a shorty, huh? If you have a shorty. You the right size? Gonna work?
Here's That side is.
Here's the nut that goes on it. We're going to attempt to run air through this fuel line. Ready? All right, here we go. Good? Okay. All right, so that's going to wrap up this video. Just kind of go over a couple things. We didn't get the brakes done like we wanted to, but we did get the lines blowed out on fuel line and all the brake lines. All the rubber brake lines are gone, off, ready for new ones. Got that painted up.
Backing plate for the front right wheel.
Got all these painted up.
Rebuilt and painted.
Yep, both of those wheel cylinders for the right side, passenger side. Got this all cleaned up. Squirt a little paint on that.
Here, show this. Replace your center hose.
Oh, yeah.
Center
Yep, this is your rear center hose.
New, old.
Yep, there's the old one. They had this one gummed up with tape somewhere on one of the ends. I think this end.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, there's why, huh?
Well, it must have never leaked.
Yep. And then the new one. Got this one cleaned up. This is ready to go back together. Got everything greased up. So that should help. Got this over here on the left side, the driver's side. Brake line undone. Got this off the hub. Basically, all that is just a pin, and then you got a castle nut there, and just got this keeper here with the bearing that comes off, which then takes your hub off to get to your brakes. So next time we will get this disassembled, get all these brakes done. We got to rebuild both of these, this one and the rear, which we have not got off yet. So work on that next time. Then we got the carburetor completely stripped down, and we've got all the parts soaking. We're going to let those soak pretty much all week. Yeah, just making some progress. Slow process, but... And then you got all the lines ready to go for the convertible.
I'm going to pull vacuum on everything, clean them out, and then hook them up. This is the only one not hooked up, but the rest of them are hooked up. Just need to pull and clean them out the best we can. Then we're just going to put the Dextron 2 in there.
So that'll be, once we get that all done.
We can get this inside.
Yeah, get this floor done. That way we can get the interior back in. And get this carburetor rebuilt. Fuel pump, we got to figure that out yet. And then the clutch, we got...
You got the board on there.
Yeah, I got a board sitting here.
Because it's a cork clutch, wet clutch.
Cork wet clutch. And
a paint steering wheel.
Yeah. And then the deal with the clutch, with the corks, they dry up and it sticks. Is that kind of the assumption there on that?
Well, yeah, and just from sitting.
Yeah. Hope you liked the video. Give us a thumbs up, comment, like, share, whatever, I guess they say. And we'll see you next time.